Alright, this is Ryanton here, and in this channel I'll be doing all World of Tanks stuff. And what I mean by that, with a generic term, is that I'll later be doing World of Tanks guides, some of the vehicle reviews, and tutorials on some of the strategies you can use in World of Tanks. I'm just going to say first that I'll be having weekly updates to conform to time schedules. So that'll be it. Alright, in this video, we'll be doing graphical overview of World of Tanks. This is my first video. Now I'll do something that's sort of a general view of World of Tanks. So here we have it, just to give you a first look. I'm having World of Tanks at maximum settings here. Just to clarify anything confusing, all of this is on maximum. So it's pretty pleasurable to look at all this stuff, as you might know. And I'm running this on a modest system. Like, my graphics card, for all you tech enthusiasts out there, is only a AMD 6770. So World of Tanks will run really good even on relatively modest systems. Alright, now back to the game. Let's look at the graphical aspect of the garage here. Alright, so what I like to say is that it looks pretty well rendered. It is DirectX 9. All of this is DirectX 9. Currently, World of Tanks has no DirectX 10 or DirectX 11 options, so that's sort of a minus, I'll say right there. I'm looking at the DirectX 9. The AA isn't all that good, even though I have it set to FX high quality. Like look at the those little things I'm pointing to right here, the vents. When you move around, you can still see noticeable staircasing. And on the garage door, the lights, a little bit on the main door over there too, and on the rear, especially on the railings. That I have to mention. There's some anti-aliasing problems there, but other than that, it looks very good. I also should say it could improve on the anisotropic filtering a bit. Like, you look at the walls over there, like you can notice that it's a brick wall and stuff, but still, it's a bit unclear, and improved anisotropic filtering would be better for this game. Well, keep in mind first that World of Tanks has designed this to run in slightly older systems, so don't blame it too much for having, well, relatively modest graphics. Not the best, they're good, but not the best. That's what I'll say right there. Alright, now let's take a look on the tank models. You know, my tanks, relatively modest tanks. I decided I should start doing guides from here. I'll take a look at the KV-1 model. And they also the Stuck 3 model. These models are relatively larger, and so a bit more complex to render. Now take a close look at the KV-1 model. Like, I'll tell you, above everything else, the tank models on here look the best. And they're very realistic. Go to search a KV-1 pictures on Google Images, and you should find some very good historic pictures of it. And compare these. These are very good color schemes. These guys that went to tank museums took pictures of these tanks and rendered them in this game. The anti-aliasing on the tanks seem to be drastically better. There's only a very slight aliasing on the tank models due to DirectX 9 limitations. Like, you look at the gun barrel here. If I move it around for you a little bit, you can see there's a bit of staircasing there. And also over at the little machine gun port back, a little bit of staircasing. But all in all, the tank models look the best in the game. And they also have very nice animation. The turret is traversing. It also looks very nice. Very realistic. Very good. Let's look at a Stuck 3. Another thing I should point out that, like, on the Stuck 3 it has very long radio antennas, and look at the antennas, it's tend to get a bit ugly. They look like dotted lines rather than actual antenna lines when you're zoomed out. If you zoom in, it seems to improve the quality a bit, but still, the antenna would really use some improvement. Other than that, a few criticisms there. These tank models are really nice. Really nice. Like, it's almost as good as simulator quality. So, that's about it for these tank models. I'll show you the tech tree. Tech tree, this is very basic, just put some thumbnails of various tanks. And yeah, you can look at all the nations. Just thumbnails, there's not really a demand for good graphics here. Barracks, they actually seem to have a randomization for real life look. Well, they look a bit more cartoony, I guess. They're an avatar for everybody that's part of a tank. You do need these in order to operate a tank. And your interface. The interface looks alright. Like you should say that at first it's a little bit hard to maneuver. Like when I first played it, I thought they put the battle button up here in a strange place. But other than that, like these are in very appropriate places. Your tanks, channels using your contacts, all that stuff. This is a pretty good place. The only criticism I have about the interface is that the battle button is located up here. I could find that first. I've heard about people who had trouble finding it. But I found this and I'm like, it's a bit of a weird place to put the battle button. Like, putting it like say on the side or on the bottom of it might be better. Because like you have to look at the top and that's a relatively small area. Anyway, I guess I'm done talking about the looks of the screen in here. And I guess I'll show you something in the game and give you a better analysis of what things look like in game. Now we're gonna load up a little game for us. We're on the